I'm growing ginger in my garden, and at this point the ginger is looking so healthy and showing a lot of potential that this is going to grow into some big ginger plants that will give us some big ginger rhizomes to harvest. Hey guys, welcome back to Sage Grows Organics. In today's video I'm going to show you how I plant store-bought ginger in my garden. So without wasting much time, let's get straight ahead to it. I walked into a supermarket this other day wanting to buy some ginger to consume. Getting to the ginger section, I found some ginger that had some eyes developing on it. I ended up buying the ginger for the purpose of regrowing it at home in my home garden. This is the ginger that I bought from the supermarket, and from the time that I bought it, I've been keeping it in our broken refrigerator. The ginger has continued to develop the eyes, and at this point, as you can see, it has got some shoots. However, I left the ginger in a dry and warm place for a very long time, and now it has lost a lot of moisture, and I think today is the right day for me to plant it. I don't want the ginger to continue to lose more moisture as it will dry out. Here with me I've got this glass jar, and it contains a liquid inside it. The liquid is made of pieces of aloe vera which I've harvested from my garden and a bit of worm castings. I'm going to soak my ginger in this liquid so that it gains some moisture before I plant it in the garden. I'm going to space out my ginger 20 centimeters between each rhizome. This will allow room for my ginger to grow out and grow big. To plant my ginger, I'm going to dig a small hole with my hands. I'm going to plant my ginger near the surface where there is loose and soft soil. I don't want my ginger to be deep down in the soil where the soil will easily get compacted and my ginger will not grow out. So I'm going to go ahead and space out my ginger to cover this whole section. Now that I've spaced out my ginger, I'm going to go grab some compost that I'm going to use to cover on top of the ginger. This compost that I'm applying on top of the ginger is going to provide the nutrients for my ginger as it grows. Ginger grows well in warm climates. In winter, ginger will stop growing. It is ideal to plant ginger in spring right before summer. Although ginger loves warm weather, if you live in a hot climate, it is wise to provide some shade for your ginger plants. I was supposed to have grown ginger in my garden during the August-September period, which is the start of spring here in Zimbabwe. Here in Zimbabwe, we've got a hot climate, so it is quite possible to grow ginger in February. However, I'm going to get a short growing season for my ginger, which will last for about 4 months. Now that I've finished planting my ginger, I'm just going to mulch on top with some mulch. This will break down over time, and it will also provide some organic matter and some nutrients for my ginger to grow big. So it's been a month since I planted the ginger in my garden, and this is how it is looking like now. It's now about 5 inches tall, and as you can see, the stems are thick. That one has got an even thicker stem, and this one is growing vigorously. Another one over there is growing vigorously. So my ginger is doing well in my garden, even though I should have planted this ginger in spring, but it's still doing well. I planted this in the rain season. So as you can see, among the ginger I've got some cowpeas which is growing. I don't want this to continue growing and shed my ginger plants, so I'm just going to pull them from the ground and lay them on top of the ground. This is going to be some green manure for my ginger. As these are going to be breaking down, they're going to turn into mulch and organic matter for my ginger plants. So I'm just going to continue pulling them and laying them on top of the ground, just making sure that I don't pull up some ginger plants. So after I've pulled up these cowpeas, you are going to see the ginger much more clearly, since it won't be obstructed anymore by these cowpeas that are just growing everywhere. So I had some cowpeas which were growing in this section, and some of the peas fell on the ground and now they are sprouting. So I'm just going to use these as green manure for the benefit of my ginger plants. I'm sure some are going to continue coming up, some more of these cowpeas, and it's going to benefit my ginger as it is going to break down, turn into mulch, and finally some organic matter that can continue breaking down and provide some nutrients for my ginger plants. So now you can see the ginger plants more clearly. I've got one here, I've got another one over there, I've got one here and another one over there, and some of these are even sending out two shoots. As you can see, this one has got this shoot and another one here. This one as well has got this one, another one here, and the third one here. And this one has got one thick stem, but it's doing well. So I've got another one that I'm going to show you. It's here growing under this moringa tree. So as you can see, I've got another shoot here and another shoot down here, and I've got this nasturtium and these calydrana beans. So this is the ginger that's growing in my garden, and I've got one that I planted in a plant leaf, but it has not yet come up, but very soon that one will shoot up again. So this is it, guys. This is how my ginger growing journey is looking like at this point. So I just want to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.